Alright, I'm creating a video. I want to show you what I got. Let's just start at the very beginning. The very beginning of this operation is this thing right here. And it's $12 and something on Amazon. There's another little gadget right here that's attached to it that's not part of this. It's an extra little board that comes with this kit that I bought. But what this does, this is a signal generator, and it's creating a pulse. This just makes this right here is the battery. This battery is connected to this board. Oh, I'm not showing you everything. Let me get this back in the picture here. All right. What we're doing here is I've got a 65 watt or 65 volt neon bulb. I've got two of them going. If you look, you'll see that there's a little 50 volt capacitor right there. All right. Got a 50 volt capacitor on that one. All right. And this, this is just a coil of wire. There isn't anything there. And I don't have to prove this to anybody, but this is just sitting on a little block of wood. It's actually part of a kid's toy. So I've been told. Probably a little kid's science experiment or something. But anyway, the purpose here is that I'm doing all of this off of a 9-volt battery. And these things have been running for, I don't know, I know at least 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes. So that means, by this time, well, I'm just going to call it 15 minutes from now. And anyway, I got two 65 volt neon bulbs burning at the same time off of a 9-volt battery. Right there. That's pretty amazing considering it's supposed to be impossible. Because there is, they're burning steady, I might add. They're, actually, if you was to look at it on an oscilloscope, which that's what we're supposed to be doing right now, you would see that they're really not steady at that either. But it's steady for us. And they're still dim because they don't have the amperage going to them. But they got the voltage. And if I can generate that kind of a voltage out of a 9-volt battery for a certain amount of time, and I can even do more than that. I had this rigged up the other night. I was charging another 9-volt battery up. Just playing around, just seeing what would happen. Trying not to blow myself up doing it. But anyway, I don't know where I've been pointing this camera because I've been looking at what I've been doing instead of looking at the camera. But there's what it is. It's nothing crazy going on here. This cord's just a keyboard cord that's sitting there. This wire is just a jumper coming off. It's and I'll just say this, the amazing thing here is that this 9-volt battery isn't generating the juice. Now, that battery is only running this. And what this is doing is sending a square wave pulse through this coil. All right? And what it's doing is creating a magnetic field inside because this coil is vibrating. This pulse is vibrating these coils and is creating a magnetic field in here. And most people know that if you take a coil of wire, put a voltmeter on one or both ends of it, and run a magnet, it produces current. And anyway, it's this is documented. And here's one little caveat, which this is not real complicated to understand. I mean, actually, they're using this particular technology right here and charging cell phones today, cordless phones. That's how they're charging these puppies. And I haven't looked it up. I just know from what I've learned here that that's the way they're doing it. Now, what that tells you is that there's people out there that ain't telling you what they know. Because, you see, these aren't touching. Those guys are not touching. I'm just holding it up here close to it. You see? I'm just getting in there. I'm getting part of the magnetic field, the magnetic flux, whatever you want to call it, going through there. Both of them are correct. All right. But what's in that magnetic field is the resonance. It's like a tuning fork in the vibrations and how they are. That's the resonance, and that's what you need an oscilloscope for. And you can do the same thing with these bulbs. These bulbs, when you get it as bright as it's going to be, I mean, that's the same thing you'll get out of an oscilloscope, except an oscilloscope is going to let you to go beyond what your eyes can even see, which is fine-tuning it. But anyway, there you go, people. And I can't wait to put this to practical use. There's people that's already done it. One guy built a motor for his car. Another guy built he built a motor for his boat. He creates these things for it's his business. But I spent several $1,000s on stuff that's been wrong in the past, and but I got a lot of years of looking at this guy's work, and I've been buying his stuff, so now I understand how it works. I don't understand it, but I understand how to make it work. I just got to see what all I can use with this principle, because this battery right here, it's not draining that much. I did this the other night, and I started off with a battery that had 8.57 volts in it, and wasn't even a fully charged 9-volt battery. And this thing finally quit working at 7.7 volts. It didn't have enough juice to generate a pulse. And I remind you again, this juice is not here to run these bulbs. This juice is here to run this. And this is simply sending out a signal, which is carrying energy. It is the energy. But there's a big difference in how you look at that energy. Because of this 9-volt battery cannot do this. It just can't do this. You could put a stepper motor, or not a stepper motor, but you could put a stepper on this, a transformer on this, and you could get this to boost up to light that light bulb. You most certainly could. The problem is, though, is this battery's going to last about a New York second running that. But there's no transformer here. You see, there is a transformer, but we're not even using it as a transformer. No, it's not a transformer. I was wrong when I said that. I think I was wrong. I don't know. My lingo might be off a little bit. I better watch what I say and don't say as far as facts are concerned. The only real fact I know here is that this isn't supposed to be possible, and I'm doing it anyway.